Today we're going to be making stickers, and not just any stickers, we are going to make glow-in-the-dark holographic stickers. How fun is that? But don't worry, this tutorial will be beginner friendly, and I'm also going to show you some fun tips on Cricut Design Space on how to make your own cut settings. If we're just meeting right now, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Little Craft Nest, and if you're returning, welcome back to another crafting adventure. The supplies you'll be needing for today's project are a printer. I will be using the Epson EcoTank printer. You will also need a Cricut cutting machine, either one of the Maker or Explorer machines. What we're doing today will not work with the Cricut Joy. You will also need some sticker paper. I am using glow-in-the-dark sticker paper that I got from Teckwrap, as well as their laminating sheets, which will go over top of the sticker paper. Let's jump onto Cricut Design Space and get started. The first thing you need to decide is what type of stickers you want to make. You could simply upload your own personal photos. You can get designs from other websites. You can use images from Cricut Design Space. So let's say you want to use an image from Cricut Design Space for your stickers. You would simply go over to Images, search for what you want. Let's search for a pineapple. And we'll do this free image right here and add to canvas. Now, if you look in the layers panel, you'll notice that this pineapple has 3 different layers. And each of these layers, if you look under operation, is set to a basic cut. That means our Cricut machine would cut out each of these layers, but we would not be able to print this design. So in order to turn this into a print then cut image, we want to turn this into 1 layer rather than 3. And to do that, you are going to select all your layers and then go down to the bottom right and click on Flatten. And now you'll notice in your layers panel that all 3 of those layers have now become 1 layer, and it says Print Then Cut right next to the pineapple. If you were to go up to Operation, you would also see underneath that it says Print Then Cut. Now, what if you wanted a white border around this pineapple to make it look more like a sticker? What you would need to do is go up to Offset, and you'll notice a faint blue line going around the pineapple, and then you're going to grab this dial and you can make that offset bigger, or you can make that offset smaller. So we're going to make it a little smaller, moving it towards the left, but not past that center line. And then go ahead and click Apply. Now that offset layer is black, but we want to change that to white. You're going to click on the color swatch, and then we're going to change that to white. But once again, you'll notice we now have 2 different layers again. We have our print and cut layer here, and we have our offset layer. And although the offset layer does say print and cut operation, it is separate from our pineapple, but we want to make sure that everything is together. So once again, you're going to select that offset layer and your pineapple, go down to the bottom right and click on Flatten. And now that offset layer has become part of your pineapple, and we are back to 1 layer. So that is how you would take an SVG or a multi-layered file and turn that into a print then cut image. Now, I don't want to use this pineapple today. I have found some really cute designs on design bundles, which I'm going to show you. So if you wanted to upload some designs from another site, you can absolutely do that. And if you don't know how to do that, I do have another full tutorial on that, which I will leave linked down below in the description of this video. So if you go to design bundles, you can search up stickers, and you will see a whole pile of fun different sticker designs. And with these sticker designs, they have been created as 1 layer. So you're not going to have to do what we just did by flattening the whole image. These are already made, usually into a PNG file. And so they are single layer files. They're not SVGs, and they don't have multiple layers. So you won't need to select all your layers together and flatten them. Another thing you can search for is sublimation. And under sublimation, you'll find a lot of other designs, such as these flowers. And you could also turn sublimation designs into stickers as well. If you had an SVG file and you wanted to turn that into a sticker, you could do that as well, like I had just shown you in Design Space. Now, if we go back to Cricut Design Space, these are the images that I've already uploaded to Design Space. I had previously downloaded them from Design Bundles. However, there is one more sticker I still need to upload, so I'm going to quickly show you how to do that. So I am going to click on Upload. We are going to click on Upload Image, and these images here are saved in my download folder on my computer, and I am going to select the one I need to upload and drag it on to Cricut Design Space. Now, because we have so many fun colors going on here, we want to select Complex and then hit Continue. Now, this sticker image came with a white offset already around it. However, I find this offset a little big and I want to make my own offset that's a little smaller. So what you can do is make sure your magic wand is selected under manual. It should be automatically. And we are just going to click on that white offset and that will disappear. Now I do have this black line as well going around the image, which I don't want. So I'm going to select the eraser here and we can adjust the size of our eraser right underneath. And I'm just going to go all the way around the image and slowly erase that black line, trying not to miss anything. Now, not all images you will have to edit. Most of them you can just upload to Design Space. I just want to make a few changes to this one. So let's press Apply and Continue. And right here, you want to make sure you click on Print Then Cut. And then you can name your image and add some tags if you wanted to. You can type in food, marshmallow, whatever you want to type in, and then click on Upload. Now we can go ahead and select our marshmallow and click on Add to Canvas. And let's shrink this sticker down a little bit so he matches the size of the other ones. And you can see over here that I've already added an offset to these other stickers, but we need to add an offset to our marshmallow. So let's go up to Offset. And I'm going to bring the dial down here. And I believe the other ones I made at 0.69. And I just passed it. There we go. And then click on Apply. And that offset appears to be black. So let's change that to white. And like I showed you previously, we are now going to select both those layers, the marshmallow and the offset, and click on Flatten on the bottom right. Now, I still think he's a little big, so I am going to shrink him down just a little more. When you're happy with the look of all your stickers, you can go ahead and click on Make It. So here are all our stickers. You can move them around on your page if you wanted to. Also, if you wanted more than one of each sticker, you can go up to the top left over here, and under Project Copies, you can change that to 2 and click on Apply. And now we have 2 different sheets of stickers. Another thing you can do is say you want to move one sticker from one page to the other page because you think it'll fit. You can click on that sticker on the 3 dots above it, click on Move Object, and then select that first page, confirm, and our sticker ended up on top of another sticker, but you can move that around. And then you can grab other stickers, you can rotate them, and you can try to stick more stickers on a sheet that way. Another way you can add more stickers is go back to your canvas. So if we were to cancel this cut, let's say you just want to duplicate this ice cream one, we can click on the ice cream and then on the top right, click on Duplicate. And now we have 2 ice cream cones instead of 1. So let's press Make It again. And all these stickers fit on one page, which is great. Now, before we go ahead and press Continue, make sure you have the right size material selected. So if you go under Material Size, the glow-in-the-dark sticker paper I'm using is A4 paper, which is 8.3 by 11.7 inches. So make sure that is selected. If you're using a different size of sticker paper, make sure you choose the right setting. And then you can go ahead and click on Continue. And now we need to send this page to the printer. So click on Send to Printer. And here you'll need to choose what printer you want your design to be printed from. I have more than one printer, so I just have to make sure I've selected the right one. I only want one copy. And now it says Add Bleed. Now, because we have a white border around these stickers, we really don't need the bleed turned on. The bleed, basically what it does is pull that outside color from your sticker a little further over the edge, so that if your calibration is slightly off on your Cricut machine, you're not really going to notice. But because we have a white border going around each of our stickers, the bleed really isn't going to do anything at all to these stickers, and so there's no need to have it turned on. One thing that you do want to have turned on is the use of the system dialog box. And then go ahead and click on print. Now you'll see a circle spinning here and you're probably wondering what's happening. Often what will happen if you selected to use your system dialog box is that dialog box is going to pop up behind your Design Space window. So if you move your Design Space window down, you'll see right here, I've got my print box showing right there. Now you'll want to make sure you have all the right settings selected. So make sure you have print and color turned on. Under media and quality, you will want to make sure you have changed your quality to best rather than normal. Now under media type, you can leave it at auto select if you want to. The sticker paper I am using today is quite glossy, so you can choose one of the photo glossy paper settings if you want to. Here's a photo high gloss paper. You can play around with these settings and see what printer setting gives you the best quality and best color for your stickers. Now this is going to be different for everyone depending on the printer that you have. But I do find with the Teckwrap sticker paper that it does absorb the ink really well. So even if you don't select glossy paper, I find the paper does a really good job of absorbing the ink. Now the sticker paper is quite thick itself, so if you do have a rear feeder on your printer, go ahead and use that. I put my sticker paper right in the drawer and I haven't had a problem with it getting stuck in my printer, but if you are having that trouble, use the rear feeder or only put one piece of sticker paper in your printer at a time rather than a whole pile at once. So here's my glow-in-the-dark sticker paper that I got from Teckwrap. And you'll notice that one side is kind of tinted yellow and the other side is pure white. So this yellowy side, that's the side we want to print on. So in my printer, I have to make sure that it's flipped this way in my printer drawer. So know which side your printer prints on. So here is our printed sheet of stickers, and I just took this out of the printer less than a minute ago, and if I were to rub my finger on these, you can see that our sticker paper has really absorbed this ink. It is not spreading or moving, and it looks great. So our next step is to put some really fun laminate holographic over top of this sticker paper. Now, you do not have to do this step if you don't want to. You can go ahead and have your Cricut cut these stickers out just like that. But I want to do something a little extra special, and Teckwrap sent me these really great holographic sheets. So we've got like these dots and these flecks here, and it looks like butterflies on this one, and there's stars. There's just so many fun different sheets here. I think I had a heart one somewhere, not sure where it went, but they are super fun. So let's pick this top one here, and we're going to lay this over top of our sheet. So to do that, I am going to flip over this laminating sheet and just peel this backing here. And I'm just going to peel it off of the top edge. Now, it doesn't really matter if you get your fingerprints on that top edge, because this top edge will be going on this top edge and that won't be getting cut out. So I am just lifting it off the top here. And then I'm going to fold this back. And now we have this sticky edge right here, and we're going to line that up on the top. So what I like to do is start by lining it up right at the bottom and make sure your paper looks perfectly lined up. If you're slightly off, it's not going to be that big of a deal, so don't worry if it's not 100% perfect. And once that is lined up, go ahead and push that top edge down and have that stick right to the top. So I have that top edge stuck there. And if I fold this back, you'll see our fold piece right here. We're going to grab this fold piece here while we gently lay down our laminate. Now I have this ruler here and I got my glue gun and just put some felt on the end just to make sure my ruler is nice and smooth and I'm not going to scratch up my holographic sheet. You can do this with a large squeegee as well. I just like a ruler because it's so wide and it's going to cover my whole sheet as I bring the laminate sheet down. So I am grabbing that tab underneath. So I have that tab in my hand. You can't see my hand here. And I'm going to grab my ruler and I'm going to press down on the laminate sheet and pull this backing off at the same time. Now do this slowly. You don't want to be in a rush because then you're probably going to get some bubbles and we don't really want that. And that looks like I got it on there pretty good. I'm not seeing any bubbles. Now I have done it before and have got bubbles on my sheet. And what I did for that is just grabbed my pin pen and I popped those bubbles and then I used my ruler or squeegee and just moved the air away and I was able to get rid of those bubbles. So that's a little tip for that. Now, if you have a Cricut Maker, your Cricut Maker should have no problem reading these registration marks in the corner. However, if you have an Explorer, sometimes this process can be a little tricky and your Explorer may have a hard time reading the registration marks because of how glossy this is. So one thing you could do is grab some matte Scotch tape and just put it over top of these registration marks in the corner. Make sure you're not going over top of your images. Another thing you can do is cut down your laminating sheet so that it fits within the borders of the registration marks. So when your stickers are ready to be cut out, grab your Cricut mat and we're going to stick this in the top corner. Make sure it's in the same position as on your Design Space screen. So if on Design Space, it's showing your stickers in this order, you don't want to turn your page this way. You don't want it to be upside down. Make sure it's the same as on the screen. So we're going to stick it in the top left-hand corner here. And you can smooth it down with your hand or grab a brayer and smooth that on there so that it's stuck on well. And look how shiny these are. I just love that. So let's go back to Design Space and I'm going to show you how to make a custom cut setting for these stickers before we cut them out. So here we need to set our base material. So go ahead and click on Browse All Materials. And there are many different cut setting options here. However, I did my own testing for these specific stickers and I came up with a setting that works really well for me. So what you're going to do is create your own material setting. So go down to the bottom where it says Material Settings and click on that. And right here, it's going to show you the cut pressure, how many times the Cricut goes over those cut lines, and what type of blade it uses. And that is going to show you that for every single cut setting there is. So we are going to scroll to the very bottom of this list here and click on Add New Material. Now, the first thing you have to do is come up with a name for your material. So I am going to call these Glow Stickers and click on Save. Now, Design Space will take us to our glow stickers and here is where we change our cut settings. So automatically Design Space put it at 175. We actually want to move this dial right up to 350 because the material we are cutting is quite thick with the glow-in-the-dark material and then the holographic laminate over top. And we also want our Cricut to cut around our stickers not once, but 5 times. So we are going to change this to 5. And this setting will allow our Cricut to be able to cut through all that material and cut our stickers right out. So let's go ahead and click on Save and then scroll to the bottom and click on Done. And now we're going to click on that Browse All Materials again. And we called these glow stickers. So we're going to search our material and type in glow. And here's our glow sticker setting. Now, if you want to save this as one of your favorites, you can go ahead and click the little bookmark there and that will add it to your favorites. So we are going to click on Glow Stickers, click on Done, and now we can load our mat into our Cricut machine. Now what your Cricut will do is start off by shining a tiny little light on all the corners of your sheet. What your Cricut is doing right here is reading those black registration marks so that it knows exactly where to cut. Now, before you go ahead and unload it, you want to double check and make sure that your stickers have cut all the way through. So grab the edge of your sheet, peel it back, and see if your stickers have cut through or not. Now, for some reason, mine did not cut through this time. I actually think I may need a new blade in mine. So what I am going to do, instead of ejecting my stickers, I am going to press my Cricut button again, and it will recut everything. And because it's recutting, it will not need to look for those registration marks again. It'll just go on the memory of what it did before. So I had to take a little step back from my Cricut because I got a little frustrated because it just wasn't cutting the way I wanted it to cut. Now, it was cutting right where it was supposed to cut, but it wasn't cutting all the way through the material. So halfway through, I switched out my blade to a brand new blade, and I honestly did 30 different passes on these stickers, and it still wasn't cutting through, and I was getting pretty frustrated. So I left my craft room for a little bit and came back and remade the stickers. I restarted Design Space just to start all over fresh, and the cut settings that I showed you did work when I retried everything. So I don't know if it was because I was using a mat that wasn't as sticky so my material wasn't stuck on as well, or because I just needed that new blade in my machine. But regardless, I got those stickers cut out. Now that just goes to show you things don't always go perfectly for me either. So if you ever get frustrated while you're crafting, just take a deep breath, maybe step away for a few minutes or a few hours, and then come back and restart the process, and hopefully you can figure out what went wrong. So let's take a look at these stickers and what happened. So here are the stickers that I cut with over 30 passes, and we're going to peel this back, and you can see they're not really popping out. They could have done like another 5 passes, and they're kind of stuck. I can kind of pull them. And this one is just kiss cut. So you can peel the sticker off and use it, but it didn't cut all the way through that backing. But I was trying to make sure it cut all the way through the backing. So I went ahead and made some new stickers so that they could be fully detached from the sheet. So I went ahead and made these glow-in-the-dark stickers with the laminate overlay, and I quickly put the laminate on, and as you can see, I got quite a few wrinkles on here. So like I showed you with this one, make sure you put that laminate on slowly, otherwise you're going to end up with marks like this. So with this one, I put the laminate on quickly, and I got quite a few wrinkles because I did this when I was frustrated. So don't craft when you're frustrated, it just doesn't work out. So let's peel this off and see if these stickers actually cut out. So we can actually flip it over. It works a little better. Look, this one cut out right there. Look how cute that sticker is. And let's get the rest off the mat here. And these stickers here all came out. And they still look cute even though some of them have wrinkles in. Not all of them. This one looks okay. So we can just take the rest of these out. One thing I should mention too, with my second sticker sheet, I not only put a brand new blade in my machine, I also used a brand new mat that was much more stickier than the other mat. This mat I've had for quite a long time and it probably needs to be cleaned so I can reuse it again. Now, if you wanted to have kiss cut stickers like this without it cutting all the way through, the best setting I find for that is the acetate setting, which is set at 319, and it does 2 passes, and I find that actually gives a nice kiss cut when your machine is working properly. So these ones, they're still usable stickers. My girls will still love to use these and stick them on their notebooks, but these ones came out the way I wanted them to, and you can easily give these stickers away as gifts. Now, I want to give you a few strategies for if your Cricut machine is cutting your stickers off. So let's say it's cutting off a piece of your sticker and your machine just doesn't seem to be cutting where it's supposed to be cutting. One thing you will want to do is make sure you have calibrated your Cricut machine. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I do have a video on that, which I'll leave linked down below in the description. It's a super short video and it shows you how to calibrate your machine. I often calibrate my machine if I've realized that Cricut has recently done a major update or I haven't used the print and cut feature in quite some time, then I will calibrate my machine. If you're getting an error message that your Cricut machine can't read the registration marks, it could be due to a few things. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have a Cricut Explorer, it seems to have a more difficult time of picking up the registration marks on glossy paper. So what you can do is put that matte tape on the corners or make sure that your lamination sheets are not going over top of these registration marks. Another thing you can pay attention to is the lighting in your room. Sometimes the lighting may be bouncing and reflecting off your sheet, and that may throw your Cricut machine off. Now, one more fun thing that I forgot to show you is that these stickers glow in the dark, and we need to test that out. So I love the sparkle and shine on these in the daylight. Let's take a look at what they look like when we turn the lights out. So let's test that out now. Ooh, and they are glowing. Look how cute these are. They look cute in the day and cute at night. Here, let's move this sheet out of the way so you can see them individually here. Look how cute those are. I hope you had fun learning more about stickers today using the Cricut machine. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.